guys. I haven't made a video in a really long time. I kind of quit for a while and I guess just didn't put it high up on my priority list. And so for the last few months, I've really been praying on what I wanted to do with some of the things that have been on my heart, how I wanted to share them with people. And I've been praying and felt like I knew the right direction and was waiting for confirmation. And I think my mom finally gave that to me the other day, so here I am. My life as a Christian is full of all these non-coincidental events, and I feel like that is the best testament to my faith, is the things that eventually you can't make this stuff up, you can't chalk it up to coincidence. And so I have decided I'm going to start making videos again, and I want to share some things with you. Eventually some people are probably going to think I'm crazy, but that's fine. I'm tired of not being obedient, and I think that there's more people who could benefit and maybe start moving forward with their faith by hearing the things I've experienced, or that's my hope and my prayer for you. So the first story that I want to share is from when I was a baby Christian. I was in about 14, 15, I believe. I was 14 when I came to Jesus, and so not long after, I had this dream. And in the dream, I'm in this building that I don't recognize. It's like a school or an event center or something. And there's a lot of people there, people that I don't recognize. Like some kind of event's going, or a party or something. And so I'm walking through this building trying to figure out what's going on, where am I? And I run into my brother's grandma and grandpa. And I say my brother's grandma and grandpa because my brother Andrew and I have different dads. But our families blended together so well. And so his grandma and grandpa were like mine. You know, they treated me like one of their own. We call them Gragra and Poppy. So I run into Gragra and Poppy, and I go up to Gragra and I give her a big hug, and she hugs me back. And she pulls back and looks at me, and she said, "Honey, isn't it wonderful to have Jesus?" And that was the end of my dream. And I woke up thinking like, wow, that was a really cool dream, you know. And it wasn't surprising because Gragra is one of the most faithful Christian women I know. I mean, she's not the type of person that's always throwing the Bible in your face or preaching at you, but she just lives with that joyful spirit all the time. I've seen this woman go through extreme hardships and still have a smile on her face, and just very kind to everyone. And so the dream wasn't a surprise to me. I just thought, oh, how cool. Well, a few weeks later, after that dream, my brother's aunt passed away very suddenly. And so my mom, her mom, my grandma, and I went up to Colorado for the funeral. And we go to the funeral, and it's in this church. We go there, and then we go to the reception, which is at a different church, a bigger, I think it was a Mormon church. It was bigger, and they had a big event hall. So I go in the building, and here I am in this big building that I don't recognize, all these people that I don't know, and then I see Gragra across the room, and I'm thinking, man, this is just weird. This is deja vu, you know. And I feel the urge to tell her about the dream that I had. So I go across the room to her, and I hug her, and I say, Gragra, I had this dream I have to tell you about. And so I tell her about the dream. And when I'm done, she's just beaming from ear to ear. And she looks at me, and she grabs me, and she says, well, honey, isn't it wonderful to have Jesus? And for me, as a young Christian, that was a major confirmation to me of what I had just given my life to, who I had just given my life to. And to see her listening to me and taking this in at her daughter's funeral with such joy on her face is mind-blowing. And that was probably the first of quite a few experiences like that. Like I said, eventually you can't make this up. You can't chalk it up to coincidence. Or maybe you can, and if you do, well, that's your business, But I am just mind blown sometimes and astounded by the way that God works. He listens to the very deepest concerns of our heart, and when we genuinely seek Him out, He's there, and He'll speak to you in a way that you understand, because He knows us all personally. And like I said, for me, this story is so important because I was still so young in my faith, and it's a time when the enemy seeks to bring all of the doubts to you. I mean, that's going to happen even when you're, years into it. But, when you're still fresh and new, then a lot of times the doubts start creeping in. And so for me, that whole experience was just amazing. And I shared it with a couple of people who always just encouraged me that that's something I really need to share with more people. So here I am, and I hope that you find this story encouraging too. I hope that it helps give you some of the reassurance that I got from it at the time, and that I still get from it. And I would be happy to pray with you if you've never accepted Christ or you just need prayer in your life. I want to know what those things are. I really believe I've been called to a life of prayer, and I'm going to make another video about that another day, but I really would love to pray for you in any way that I can. So leave a comment, whatever works. If you know how to get a hold of me, you know how to get a hold of me. And I just hope you have a really blessed day.